Hello everyone, welcome to today's class, and today the title is Lucky Lobster. Let's move on to language focus. 1번. In Italy, fishermen would use lobster as bait or just take it home and eat it. Now we're going to use the word would today. Now, use would to describe a past habit. So what is past? 과거, habit, 습관. So it's very similar, if not the same, to used to, which we use in Korean as 하곤 했다, right? So in my opinion, it's basically the same as would. But sometimes you can't interchange them. I can't think of an example right now, but it'd be more natural to use would. In some situations, it'd be more natural to use used to in other situations. So example, in the 1980s, people would often listen to music on a cassette player. Yes. Well, not just in the 80s, but also in the early 90s. Yes. 1980년대에 사람들은 종종 카세트 플레이어로 음악을 듣곤 했다. These days, on the phone. So you could also say in the 1980s, people used to often listen to music on the cassette players. Same thing. Or the next example, when I was a kid, I would get up early every Saturday to watch cartoons. That's a very common thing for young children to do of my generation. So 내가 어렸을 때 나는 매주 토요일에 일찍 일어나서 만화를 보곤 했다. Did they do something similar here in Korea? I know in Australia as well we had that culture where we would watch cartoons early in the morning. Okay, so let's move on to 2번 now. Alright. The owner of the restaurant probably won't stop cooking lobsters anytime soon, but he did say he felt good about what the customer had done. Okay, so I've highlighted not anytime soon. And now we use this to express that something will not happen in the near future. Often the real meaning is that it will probably never happen. So the honest opinion is like 가까운 미래에 생길 수 있지만 가능할 것 같은데 솔직히 말하면 in your mind 안 할 것 같아요. Alright, so I think it's close to the near future, but probably it's not going to be. So let's look at the examples because they'll be more clear. So I love Istanbul, but I don't plan to go back anytime soon. 나는 이스탄불을 좋아하지만 곧 돌아갈 생각은 없어요. So I liked Istanbul. Istanbul was a beautiful place, but I don't plan to go back anytime soon. In reality, 벌써 이스탄불 가본 적이 있어서 다시 안 가도 될 것 같아요. Some people do, but others don't. Okay, or Marcella doesn't want to get married anytime soon. Marcella는 곧 결혼하기를 원하지 않았다. Now, this could mean two things. Maybe she does want to get married. 결혼하고 싶지만 지금 하지 않나요. So that could have the two different meanings of she may never want to get married. 절대 결혼하고 싶지 않은데 근데 it could also mean others. Like 지금 결혼하고 싶지 않은데 나중에 결혼할 거예요. 그런 의미입니다. Alright, now let's move on to language focus quiz. 1번. When I was in elementary school, I would always So remember, would was like the past, similar to used to, 하곤 했다. So how about I change this to chew on my pencil. So, 초등학교 때는 항상 연필을 습곤 했다. I think everyone did when they were a child. 2번. When my parents were kids, they would... I don't know when my parents were kids, so I'll just say something like play with sticks and stones. So, 우리 부모님이 어렸을 때는 막대기와 돌을 가지고 놀았다. So, my parents are old. I don't know if there are so many toys around at that point. 3번. I don't plan to anytime soon. So, remember, not to do anything anytime soon means not in the near future or probably not at all. So, let's say quit anytime soon. So, 조금만간 그만둘 생각은 없어요. So, I will probably continue staying here at the company, etc. 4번. I'm pretty sure that won't anytime soon. I'm pretty sure I won't go to that restaurant anytime soon. 나는 그 식당에 가지 않을 거라고 확신한다. Maybe I'm saying this sarcastically, that restaurant was not good at all. Okay, so now let's move on to the further discussion. 1번. What would happen if everybody stopped eating seafood? How would this affect the world's environment and economy? 만약 모든가 해산물을 먹는 것을 중단한다면 어떤 일이 일어날까? 이것이 세계 환경과 경제에 어떤 영향을 미칠까? That's a good question. I wouldn't know. I'm not an expert. But if I were to take a guess, up until a certain point in time, I'm sure it'd be extremely good for the environment to replenish the amount of fish, seafood that we eat. That would have a good effect. But then there might be the problem of overpopulating a certain area. I know that there are catfish, and if you don't know what a catfish is, lionfish. They're called lionfish. They're kind of like these pretty fish that are actually poisonous or venomous, or one of the two. If they overpopulate, they actually damage the environment. So there are people out there who kill them. So overpopulation is also dangerous, but I'm sure for a certain period of time, it would be a good thing. 2번. In the future, do you think people's seafood eating habits will change a lot? 미래에 사람들의 해산물 식습관이 많이 바뀔 것이라고 생각하는가? 그렇다면 어떻게? Not just 해산물, like any food, beef, vegetables, etc. I think it will change. I think we are going to look at more artificial ways to create meat. With climate change, there has to be a lot of things that change for us in regards to produce. So I definitely think in the future, we're looking at a world that will need to change up their eating habits. And I think that the current organic food is going to be even more expensive, including real food eventually as well. So yes, we may have to look for other alternatives. We may not like it may not taste the same, but I'm sure with technology, it will be to a point where it is unrecognizable as something that is artificial. Anyway, that wraps it up for today, and I'll see you on the next class.
Humble.
Humble.
Bait.
Bait.
Fertilizer.
Fertilizer.
Pick out.
pick out,
good karma,
good karma,
catch a break,
catch a break,